The room fell silent as Sam Wright walked to the center of the Galactic Council chamber. The human ambassador was small compared to the aliens sitting in a half-circle around him. Bright lights from above made his forehead shine with sweat. He took a deep breath. "Members of the Council, Earth thanks you for this chance to present our new ship design," Sam said, his voice steady. He pressed a button on his wrist device. A large 3D image appeared above him. The ship looked strange, not smooth like alien ships. It had odd shapes sticking out and patterns that seemed to move when you looked at them too long. "This is the Tesseract Dawn," Sam announced. The silence lasted exactly 3 seconds. Then a low chuckle began somewhere in the back. It spread quickly until the whole chamber filled with alien laughter. Some slapped their seats. Others made whistling sounds. A few pointed at the ship image. Shiltor, the blue-skinned leader of the council, wiped a tear from his third eye. "And what does this unusual vessel do, Ambassador Wright? Besides look interesting?" Sam stood taller. "It travels through the 7th dimension." The laughter grew louder. A 6-armed alien fell out of its seat. Lisa Grant stood beside Sam. As Earth's lead scientist on the project, she had expected this reaction. Her brown eyes stayed calm, watching the aliens mock their work. She counted 15 different species in the room. All of them thought humans were jokes. "Ambassador Wright," called, a reptile-like alien with red scales. His name was Vikral from the powerful Draconis Empire. "Humans joined Space Society only 30 years ago. We have traveled stars for thousands of years. Yet you think you can jump ahead of our technology?" He showed his sharp teeth in what might have been a smile. "Maybe next you'll say you've taught black holes to do tricks like pets," Vikral added. Fresh laughter filled the room. Sam kept his face serious. He looked at the datapad in his hand, not at the laughing aliens. From the far side of the room, a thin alien with silver skin raised her hand. The others quieted down. This was Elzar, oldest member of the council and respected for her wisdom. "Young human," she said in a soft voice that somehow reached every corner of the room. "Your people have shown they can think in new ways. This is good. But this claim goes too far. The 7th dimension is just an idea, a theory. Nobody has proven it exists. No species has found a way to use it." Around the room, aliens nodded in agreement. Lisa stepped forward. Her simple blue uniform stood out among the fancy clothes of the aliens. "With respect, Counselor Elzar," she said, "humans often turn theory into reality. We did it with flight, space travel, and quantum computing. Now we've done it with dimensional travel." Vikral snorted. "Bold words from a species that needed our help to build their first faster-than-light engine." Sam touched Lisa's arm gently, a signal to stay calm. They had practiced for this meeting for weeks. Every insult was expected. Every laugh was part of the plan. "We request permission to show the Tesseract Dawn's abilities in the Proxima testing zone," Sam said. "In 2 months when the ship is ready." Ziltor leaned forward, resting his blue chin on his long fingers. He looked at the other council members. Some shrugged. Others made hand signs that meant they didn't care. "Permission granted," he finally said. "The council will watch this demonstration." His mouth formed a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "I suggest Earth's team prepare a good apology speech for wasting our time." An orange alien in the back row called out, "And bring cleaning equipment to pick up the pieces of your ship." Sam bowed slightly. "Earth thanks the council. We will see you in 2 months." As the hologram disappeared, Sam and Lisa walked out of the chamber. Their steps echoed on the stone floor. Neither spoke until the large doors closed behind them. In the empty hallway, a man in a dark uniform waited. Admiral Doug Peterson's face was lined with years of service. His gray hair was cut short in military style. "How bad was it?" he asked. Lisa brushed a strand of black hair from her face. "They laughed at us, called us fools, said we're wasting their time." "Exactly as expected," Sam added. Doug's serious face broke into a rare smile. "Perfect." He looked around to make sure they were alone. "Then Operation Hidden Light is safe. The aliens suspect nothing." Sam nodded. They think we're showing off, trying to look important. They don't believe the 7th dimension can be used. Let them laugh, Lisa said, her eyes now showing the excitement she had hidden in the council room. In 2 months, everything changes. Doug looked at the closed council doors. For 30 years, they've treated humans like children, given us outdated technology, kept us weak. His voice grew quiet. But they never understood what makes humans special. We don't accept limits, Lisa said. We find ways around problems, Sam added. Doug started walking toward their ship. Let's go home. We have a lot of work to finish. As they walked, Lisa opened her datapad. On the screen, complex equations filled the display. The mathematics of 7th-dimensional travel that no alien had ever solved. When the Tesseract Dawn activates, she said softly, no one will be laughing. Behind them, they could still hear the sounds of alien amusement through the council doors. The galaxy was having its last laugh at humanity's expense. Little did they know the joke was on them. 2 months later, the Proxima testing zone was full of alien ships. 27 different species had sent vessels to watch. Most came to see humans fail and to laugh at them. Watching Earth embarrass itself had become a popular show across the galaxy. The testing zone was an empty area of space near Alpha Centauri. No planets, just stars shining in the distance. Perfect for testing new ships without danger. Inside the Tesseract Dawn, Chief Engineer Alan Miller walked through strange hallways that seemed to bend in odd ways. The walls had patterns that moved when you looked at them. Nothing was straight, or normal like in other ships. Alan reached the engine room where his team worked at their stations. This room was the heart of the ship. It held technology that no alien had ever built or even thought possible. "How are we doing, Michelle?" Alan asked. Michelle Carter looked up from her screen. Her fingers tapped on controls that changed color as she touched them. "Power to dimension anchors at 97%, she said. "Quantum foam stabilizers all green." Alan nodded. "And the observer waveform?" "Collapsed and stable," she said with a small smile. After 3 years working on this project, she still couldn't believe what they had built. It seemed impossible, like something from a dream. On the bridge, Captain Olivia Russell watched a screen showing all the alien ships surrounding them. Some were huge, 10 times bigger than Earth's vessel. Others were small but packed with weapons. "Quite an audience for our big failure," she said to Dr. Eric Barnes, who stood beside her. Eric smiled. His eyes lit up with excitement. "That's exactly what we want. The more who see this, the better." He lowered his voice. "Especially since half of them have been secretly working against our space programs for years." A light flashed on Olivia's control panel. "Captain, we're getting a call from the council ship," said a young officer. "Put it on screen," Olivia ordered. The large display at the front of the bridge showed Ziltor's blue face. Behind him stood Vikral and other alien leaders. They all had small smiles like adults watching a child try to do something impossible. "Captain Russell," Ziltor said, trying not to sound amused, "the council is ready for your historic demonstration." Olivia kept her face serious and professional. "Thank you, Counselor. We'll begin soon." She paused. "You should make sure your sensors are recording everything. What happens next will change physics books across the galaxy." Vikral made a sound like a laugh. "Our scientists are betting on which old technology you're trying to pass off as your so-called dimensional breakthrough." "We don't need tricks, Ambassador," Olivia replied. "Tesseract Dawn out." The screen went dark. Olivia turned to her crew, 20 men and women who had trained for this day for years. "Start hidden light protocol. Full activation sequence." Around the ship, strange things began to happen. The odd patterns on the hull that aliens thought were just decorations started to glow soft blue. Inside the engine room, Alan and Michelle watched as crystals, circuits, and strange matter began to hum and pulse with energy. "Core reaching critical sync," Michelle said, her voice steady even though her heart beat fast. Dimensional anchor points locked. All over the ship, crew members moved to special positions. This wasn't just a test. It was the end of a secret project that had started even before humans met aliens. "They're scanning us with everything they have," said Communications Officer Kevin Walsh. "Some ships are moving closer to get better readings." "Good." Olivia nodded. "Let them look all they want." In another part of the ship, Lisa and Sam stood with Admiral Peterson near a window, watching the alien ships outside. 3 years of being laughed at, Lisa said quietly. "Worth every second." Sam nodded. Humans were never going to be treated as equals the normal way, not when other species had thousands of years head start. "So we changed the game completely," Doug said. "How's the core doing?" Lisa checked her small computer pad. "Ready to activate. The 7th-Dimensional matrix is stable." On the council ship, alien leaders watched with bored expressions. Some were already talking about where to eat dinner after the failed human test. None noticed when their best sensors started showing strange readings from the Tesseract Dawn. "What is that?" a thin, silver-skinned Pleiadian scientist suddenly said. She pointed at a screen showing the human ship surrounded by a pattern that shouldn't be possible in normal space. On the bridge of the Tesseract Dawn, Olivia gave the final order. "Activate the core." And the space around the ship began to change. The patterns on the hull glowed brighter. A hum filled the ship, not loud but deep like the sound of the universe thinking new thoughts. Crew members felt their skin tingle. "Dimensional shift beginning," Eric said, watching his instruments. 7th-dimensional access point forming. In the engine room, Michelle's eyes widened as energy readings climbed higher. "This is it," she whispered to Alan. "It's really working." Alan watched the core, a spinning ball of light that seemed to be both there and not there at the same time. Sometimes it looked small, sometimes large, sometimes like a cube instead of a ball. It hurt his eyes to look at it too long. "Everything we've worked for," he said. 3 years of secrets, working at night, hiding our progress. Outside, the alien ship's sensors went crazy. Officers shouted at their screens. Some thought their equipment was broken. Others called for their scientists. No one understood what they were seeing. On the council ship, Vikral slammed his scaled hand on a table. "What trick is this? What are they doing?" Siltor leaned forward, his 3 eyes wide open. This isn't possible." Elzar, the old silver alien, simply watched in silence. For the first time in centuries, she felt something new. Surprise. Inside the Tesseract Dawn, Olivia looked at her crew. Everyone was tense but ready. Years of work had led to this moment. 7th-dimensional breach in 3, 2, 1, counted Eric. Olivia took a deep breath. "Humanity's new era begins now," she said, and with that, the Tesseract Dawn slipped sideways into a reality no alien had ever touched. Something very strange happened to the Tesseract Dawn. One moment it was there, floating in space. The next moment it seemed to be in several places at once. Across the alien fleet, sensor operators hit their control panels. They thought their equipment was broken. No ship could be in multiple places at the same time. "What trick is this?" Vikral shouted. His red scales stood up on his neck as he watched the human vessel fade in and out of view. "What are they doing?" Inside the Tesseract Dawn, the crew felt an odd feeling. It was like being gently pulled in every direction at once. The lights flickered, then became steady again. But the colors looked different now. Deeper, more real somehow. 7th-dimensional breach in 3, 2, 1. Eric counted at his control station. His fingers moved quickly over the screens, showing complex patterns. "Breach achieved." For the aliens watching from outside, the Tesseract Dawn seemed to fold into itself. It became hard to look at, like an optical illusion that hurt the eyes. Then there was a flash of light that bent in ways light should never bend, and the ship disappeared. Panic broke out among the alien fleet. Their sensors showed no explosion, no debris, no energy burst, just empty space where the human ship had been. "Did they blow themselves up?" asked an alien with 4 arms. Before anyone could answer, alarms sounded on every ship in the fleet. The Tesseract Dawn had appeared again, but now it was in the middle of the Galactic Council formation, 20 light minutes away. This was impossible. No ship could travel that distance in 0 time. Inside the Tesseract Dawn, Olivia's crew worked. With calm focus, the ship hummed with energies no species had ever used before. Dimensional shift complete, Michelle reported from engineering. All systems normal. The drive worked exactly as we designed it. Alan let out a long breath he had been holding without realizing it. Position confirmed. We jumped 20.4 light minutes in 0 time. The communication station lit up like a Christmas tree as every alien vessel tried to contact them at once. Kevin sorted through the messages. They're all asking how we did it. Let them wait, Olivia ordered. Her face was serious despite the amazing success they had just achieved. Prepare for second demonstration. Take us to Waypoint Alpha. Once again, the Tesseract Dawn seemed to fold into itself and vanish from normal space. This time it reappeared near Saturn, 9 light hours from the test area. The ship waited there for 30 seconds, then returned to its original position in the Proxima testing zone. The Council observation ship immediately moved closer. The aliens had lost all their superior attitude. Tesseract Dawn, this is Counselor Ziltor, came an urgent message. Explain what we just saw. Olivia nodded to Sam, who stepped forward to answer the council. The ambassador's face appeared on screens throughout the alien fleet. What you saw, Counselor, was humanity's gift to galactic science, Sam said calmly. The Tesseract Dawn doesn't move through space like normal ships. It moves through the 7th dimension, allowing instant travel to any point in the universe. There was total silence in response. That's impossible, Bakral finally managed to say. No species has ever. And yet, you all saw it happen. Lisa cut in, joining Sam on the screen. The readings from your own sensors will prove what happened. On the council ship, scientists stared at their data screens. The look on their faces changed from disbelief to shock. The readings were clear. The human ship hadn't traveled through space in any normal way. It had somehow existed in 2 distant places with no journey between them. How? Asked Elzar, the ancient silver alien. Her voice was quiet with wonder. Sam smiled. Earth would be happy to share the basic science with our galactic friends, under fair technology exchange agreements, of course. In the control room of the Tesseract Dawn, Eric looked at the sensor readings from the alien ships. They're scanning us with everything they have, he told Olivia, trying to figure out how we did it. Let them try, she replied. They'd need to completely rethink physics to understand it. Alan joined them from engineering. The core is stable. We could make another jump whenever you want. Olivia considered this. Let's give them time to process what they've seen. This changes everything for them. She turned to a screen showing the alien fleet. Some ships were moving closer, while others seemed to be backing away as if afraid. Captain, Kevin called from communications. We're getting direct requests from 17 different species. They all want private meetings. 5 of them are offering advanced technology trades right now. Tell them all requests must go through Earth's ambassador, Olivia said. In the observation room, Lisa stood with Sam and Admiral Peterson. They watched the alien ships through the window. The mood had changed completely from 2 hours ago. No, more laughing, Doug said quietly. No, Sam agreed. Now comes the hard part, managing our new position. Every species will want this technology, and not all of them will use it wisely, Lisa added. She thought of the Draconis Empire with their history of conquering weaker planets. If they had ships that could appear anywhere instantly, Doug nodded. That's why we'll control who gets it and when. Earth just became the most important planet in the galaxy. On the bridge, Olivia received a private message from Elzar. The old alien's silver face filled a small screen. Captain Russell, Elzar said, I have lived for 700 years. In that time I thought I had seen everything possible. She paused. I was wrong. Your people have achieved something truly new. Thank you, Counselor, Olivia replied. I must ask, why did you hide this? Why let the galaxy mock you when you were developing such power? Olivia smiled slightly. Sometimes, Counselor being underestimated is an advantage. Elzar nodded slowly. A lesson the galaxy has learned today at great cost. She leaned closer to the screen. And now? What will Earth do with this power? That, Olivia said, is what everyone wants to know. As the Tesseract Dawn floated in space, ships from across the galaxy moved toward it. Some came with fear, others with respect, others with greed. The ship that had been a joke was now the center of a new galactic age. And humanity, once the laughingstock of the stars, had changed everything in a single moment. In her private cabin, Lisa Grant opened a small box she had carried since leaving Earth. Inside was a simple pin, the first design of the 7th-Dimensional drive drawn on a napkin 3 years ago when no one believed it would work. She pinned it to her uniform and smiled. The galaxy wasn't laughing anymore. 6 months later, Earth's team walked into the Galactic Council chamber. This time, no one laughed. The room was much bigger now. They had added more seats for the 200 alien species that came to watch. Everyone in the galaxy had heard about Earth's amazing ship. Even the most distant and shy aliens sent people to this meeting. Lisa Grant walked to the center of the room. She wore a simple blue uniform with a small pin, the original design of the 7th-Dimensional drive. Her steps echoed in the silent chamber. Every alien eye, some with more than 2, followed her. Friends from across the stars, Lisa began. Today we start talks for the 7th-Dimensional Accord. Earth thanks you for coming to these important discussions. Ziltor, who once mocked humans, now spoke with respect. The Council recognizes Earth's great gift to galactic science and travel. What you have done has changed our understanding of what is possible. Vakral shifted in his seat. The red-scaled alien looked uncomfortable. His empire's power, built on having the fastest ships, had disappeared overnight. In space above the Council planet, the Tesseract Dawn had been joined by 3 sister ships, Quantum Fold, Mobius Leap, and Einstein's Dream. Each had improvements to the original design. Earth was making sure its new top position stayed safe. As a sign of friendship, Sam said, standing beside Lisa, Earth will build dimensional waypoints in key systems. This will help diplomats travel and emergency teams respond to crises. What he didn't say out loud was clear to everyone. Earth ships could now reach any point in the galaxy in seconds. This fact alone had already stopped 3 space wars from starting. At the moon shipyards back home, workers were building more ships under Admiral Peterson and Alan Miller's watch. The first civilian ship with a smaller 7th-Dimensional drive was almost ready. Soon humans would spread across the stars faster than anyone thought possible. We suggest a step-by-step technology sharing plan, Lisa continued. She showed a glowing timeline in the air. First, we'll share the science basics, then we'll help build medical and research ships with limited versions of the drive. Everyone understood the message. Full military versions would stay Earth's advantage for a long time. After the main meeting ended, Lisa found herself approached by Elzar, the old silver alien who had shown real interest instead of mockery from the beginning. Your people keep surprising us, Elzar said, her glowing eyes studying Lisa's face. In less than 100 years of space travel, you've done what no one thought could be done. Need pushes invention, Lisa replied. When you're the newcomers, you can't follow old rules. And now you make the rules, Elzar said. We prefer to think of it as changing the conversation, Sam said, joining them. Earth doesn't want to rule, just to be respected and safe. As they talked, on screens around the chamber, the Tesseract Dawn performed another impossible move, shifting between dimensions in a show that still made aliens gasp. The ship once laughed at now showed the future of space travel. After the meeting, Sam, Lisa, Doug, and Olivia gathered in a private room to talk. Phase 1 complete, Doug said. The galaxy now sees Earth as a major power. Sam looked at a screen, showing the alien delegations leaving the council building. Already, 17 species have offered full technology exchanges. Even the Draconis want to talk. But can we trust them? Olivia asked. Let's not forget how they treated us for 30 years. Lisa nodded. We need to be careful who gets this technology and when. Some species might use it for war. What about the Pleiadians? Sam suggested. They've always been fair with us, and the Rigelians showed respect even before our breakthrough. Good starting points, Doug agreed. But we should focus on defensive technologies first. The ability to travel instantly is also the ability to attack without warning. On a large table in the center of the room, a hologram showed the known galaxy. Small lights marked Earth's new dimensional waypoints. There were only 10 so far, but each one could be reached in seconds from anywhere. We need to remember what got us here, Lisa said, touching her pin. It wasn't just the technology. It was being willing to think differently. And being underestimated, Olivia added with a small smile. That helped too. Sam walked to the window. Outside, the alien city sparkled with lights of 100 colors. Ships moved between tall buildings. 3 years ago, humans had been visitors here. Now they were honored guests. What next? He asked. Doug's face grew serious. There are still parts of the galaxy we know nothing about, beyond the outer rim, past the dark nebula. Who knows what's out there? With the 7th-Dimensional drive, we can find out, Lisa said. No more being limited by distance or time. Back on the Tesseract Dawn, Alan and Michelle were making final checks before the return trip to Earth. The engine room hummed with quiet power. Ever think about what this means for the future? Michelle asked as she worked. Where this technology will take us in 10 years? 100? Alan looked at the core, the heart of the drive that had changed everything. It glowed with soft blue light. I think about the past, actually, he said. All those centuries humans looked up at the stars, wondering if we'd ever reach them. All those science fiction stories about faster-than-light travel. And here we are, going beyond what even the dreamers imagined. Michelle smiled. And to think the galaxy laughed at us. They're not laughing now, Alan said. As the sun set on the council world, Elzar stood alone on a balcony, watching Earth's ships in orbit. Her 700 years of life had taught her to recognize important moments in history. This was one of them. The children have grown up, she whispered to herself, and now they will teach the rest of us. The Tesseract Dawn's lights blinked once, twice, and then the ship folded into itself and disappeared. No flash, no sound, just there one moment and gone the next, on its way back to Earth in an instant. A new age had begun, and humanity was leading the way.